graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Shota swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. It is a win or go home situation for Team Cuba and Team Canada. Whoever wins is going to be playing in the in the quarterfinals. And so this is a big game between the both of these teams today. They are both 2-1 in their pool, and we should be ready to rock and roll. Yes. All right. Again, thank you all so much for being on here. I really appreciate you guys. Livan Moniello is going to be on the mound for Team Cuba as we are ready to get started, and the first pitch is outside for ball one. All right. Can you guys hear me? Check, check, check. 1, 2. Check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As the pitch is going to be taken on the inside corner for strike one. Did we start the right live stream? I think we did, right? We're live, right? Yeah. Is chat not working? There we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, we're in the top of the first. Otto Lopez is up at the plate. It's Lopez, Naylor, O'Neill, Toro, Casey, Davidson, Naylor, and then it's Clark and Julian. What's going on? All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good, good, good. All right, good. Chat can hear me. Good. Just wanted to make sure. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. What's going on, John? How you doing, man? 2 balls, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch, and that's inside for ball 3 again. So whoever wins this game is going on to the quarterfinals. And the game that we're going to be watching for tonight is Team Italy versus Team Mexico, because that game is going to decide Team USA's fate if they are going to make it to the quarters or if they're going to just go home. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And we'll talk more about that scenario in a little bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the payoff pitch to Otto Lopez. And there's a line drive, base hit back up the middle. And Otto Lopez is going to lead off the top of the first with a base hit out to center field for Team Canada. So they're able to get a leadoff single. Again, whoever wins this game is going to the quarterfinals. So it's a big game between Canada and Cuba. Canada did win yesterday. They ended up beating Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is still in for their pool. All right, so top of the first, a leadoff single by Otto Lopez, and Josh Naylor is up at the plate. Moniello on the mound for Team Cuba. Talk a little bit more about him in just a few seconds. But Naylor, who is in the box last year with the Diamondbacks and the Mariners, batted .295, hit 20 homers and 92 RBI. There's a pitch clock violation called on Moniello, who, by the way, is a 5-time Japan Series champion, is a 2-time NPB All-Star as well, and a 2-time Pacific League ERA leader. So he's been a very good pitcher. Livan Moniello. Let's go. All right, so 1 ball, no strikes. And we have a timeout taken. It looks like that German Mesa or Yerman Mesa, is going out there to check up on Moiniello. I don't know if what happens. So there was the pitch clock violation. Moiniello, I guess, was trying to call a timeout. And now looked like Mesa and Noelvis Gonzalez, who's the bench coach, just was trying to get another explanation from the umpire as they called a second pitch clock violation. So 2 pitch clock violations against Moiniello. And Mesa and Gonzalez are still having words with the home plate umpire just to try to assess what's going on. This is Trip Gibson, who is the home plate umpire. So again, it's 2 balls, no strikes, and not even a pitch has been thrown to Josh Naylor. So he's already ahead in the count 2-0. And Mesa and Gonzalez are going to head back to the dugouts. But I find it a little bit confusing as to why Gonzalez went out there too. That's the thing that I feel like is weird. And now Mesa goes back out there again, and he's going to bring his catcher with him. That's Perez, and Gibson is going to have some more words with him. He's not angry. It's just, he doesn't look angry. Just a little confused. It's odd. Hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button, chat. How come they like went back to the dugout and he's back out there? Really odd. I don't know if they see something on the field or what it is. Moiniello's now coming on over. They have the third base umpire with him. Maybe they're trying to see if he's using some illegal stuff. I don't know. Trying not to speculate, but something's off. Catcher's also there too, joining in on the conversation. So again, we're in the top of the first, chat. Otto Lopez did get on with a leadoff single, and Josh Naylor took 2 pitch clock violations, so he's ahead in the count 2-0. Moiniello's still on the mound, and now I believe we're going to resume play. Even though the home plate umpire and the third base umpire are talking things over with each other. All right, now they're going to go back to their respected spots. Livan Moiniello, 30 years old, from Pinar del Rio, Cuba. So 2 balls, no strikes to Josh Naylor, and now we're going to resume the game of baseball. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Moiniello gets set at the letters, kicks, delivers. And that pitch is called a ball, even though it was a strike. Hit the outside corner. The race to 10K is on. You are within 10 subs to me. Hey, man, I want us to get to 10K. You know what I'm saying? 3 balls, no strikes in the pitch, and that's on the outside edge for a called strike. I want us to get to 10K. I want us all to win. Guys, make sure that you go subscribe to PAS. He covers the New York Mets. He covers the Philadelphia Flyers. And he also does the New York Jets as well. And Team USA Baseball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Daniel Jones just agreed to a 2-year, $88 million contract that's worth up to $100 million. Wow. 3-1 pitch to Naylor, and that's down for ball 4. And already we have a rally in the Canada Cuba game. And Tyler O'Neill is going to come on up. Charge! That means Lopez will head on over to second. Again, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, chat, and hit that subscribe button as well. The pitch. That's taken low for a ball to Tyler O'Neill. hit 199 with the Orioles, had 9 homers and 26 RBI. So far in the World Baseball Classic, he's 1 for 9. 1-0 pitch. That's taken in there for a called strike at the knees. Also had a 684 OPS with the Orioles last year, too. Beautiful day out here in San Juan. Here's the 1-1, and that's a foul ball. The last 3 games that have occurred, over the last 3 days, though, they have had a rain delay at this stadium. They have another game over here tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't know what's on the radar for that game, but hopefully it's not another rain delay. This is the only outdoor stadium playing in the World Baseball Classic. 1-2 pitch. That's low, taken for ball 2. As far as the defense goes for Team Cuba, over at first base is going to be Yoel Yankee. And the 2-2 pitch to O'Neill, swing and a miss. And he is down on strikes for the first out. So Yankee is over at first. Cape is at second. That's Yidi Cape. At third base, it's Yohan Moncada. The shortstop is Alexander Vargas. And in the outfield, it'll be Ariel Martinez, who is out in left. Alfredo Despain is DHing. And then it's going to be Yoelkis Giebert, who is out in right. And then in center, it's Roel Santos. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the third baseman, and it looks like that Lopez is going to be caught into a rundown. They're going to tag out Lopez for 1, and the runner at third is safe. They didn't tag him. I thought that he got him. Let's look at this again. So they tried to attempt to pick him off. And then Lopez. So Moncada got the ball. And then it was Lopez who tried to go on over to third. Umpires are gathering together. Are they talking about maybe potential base runners interference? Seen some weird plays in this game so far. I think that they're just going to give him third base right now because of the interference made by the third baseman, Moncada. Didn't give him a path to run on over to third. Let's look at this again. Yep. He didn't give him a path. Did not give him a path at all as the rundown was occurring. So Cuba's trying to get an explanation as the manager again goes out there. Man, he's been getting a lot of exercise so far in this inning, Yerman Mesa. So there's still 1 out. I don't know, to me, Moncada didn't give him a path at all to run on over to third as that rundown was being executed. He just stood in the way. All of that, and Toro is still at the plate. So 1 out in the top of the first. They attempted, again, the whole thing was that they attempted to pick off Otto Lopez. And so Moniello made a throw over to third. Moncada caught it and then threw it back over to short. And then the shortstop was trying to throw it back over to Moncada, but he didn't give him any sort of a base pad to get on by Moncada. So now it's Toro who comes up, and he's going to pop this one into foul ground. And Moncada's there, and he'll make the catch. And there's out number 2. Foul out to third. Oh, man. Ay, ay, ay. Now it's Owen Casey who is up. 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch is in there for a called strike. I need Canada to win and USA to be second. Let's go. Let's go. The ball's 1 strike to Owen Casey. And the 0-1 is called a ball. It's good to see everybody on here in chat. What's going on? This is crazy. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the first. Still the top of the first. There's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's been a long inning with all this bickering, if you will, or just these weird plays. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch swung on and missed. We're under severe weather watch, 30 inches in some places. Light rain here in Puna. Volcanoes went ballistic yesterday. Sun was casting orange light wild. Be safe. Please be safe. Oh, gosh. 1-2 pitch. That is down and away for ball 2. Please be safe, John. Gosh. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Casey is in the box. And the stretch and the pitch, it's way inside for ball 3. So later tonight, we got Italy versus Mexico. And obviously all eyes on that game because that game will determine the fate of Team USA, if whether or not they will still advance to the quarterfinals or if they're going to be knocked out. Because they lost last night. 3-2 pitch, and that's down low for ball 4. And that's going to load the bases. And Matt Davidson is going to come on up to the plate. Hit that thumbs up button, chat. Hit that subscribe button. Welcome on into Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for all the World Baseball Classic games. Matt Davidson is up at the plate. The pitch to Davidson, and that's high for a ball. JJ, let's get a prediction on who's going to win. I want to hear from you, but I'll give you my prediction in just a couple of seconds. Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss. I will say that Canada wins. Canada wins, and they're going to go in. I'm going to go 5-3 Canada today. And as far as the night game goes, well, there's actually 2 night games, but the one that we're going to be watching, as the 1-1 is swung on and missed, I'm going to say that Italy takes care of business, and they win 7-3. So that'll be good. We need Italy to win. We need Italy to win as the 1-2 is fouled off, or we need Mexico to score 5 runs. We need them to win by 5. So we either need Italy to win, or we need Mexico to win by 5 runs. I like the simpler one better. Just beat Mexico. 1-2 pitch. This one is skied on over towards the left side. Third baseman gets under it, over on the infield grass, will make the catch. And the inning is over. All right, so we're going to go to the bottom of the first inning. All of that, and Canada could not get home a run. Surprised. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. right, time to go to the bottom of the first inning. Okay, so for Team Cuba, they will have Alexander Vargas, who will lead it off. He's the shortstop. Yohan Moncada is going to be batting second. He's playing over at third. Ariel Martinez is out in left field. He'll be batting third. And then batting fourth is DH Alfredo Despain. And then over at first base, it'll be Yoel Yanak, who is batting fifth. Yidi Kape is batting sixth. And then the outfielders, you got Yuki Gibbert, he's going to be batting seventh. And then the catchers, Andres Perez will be batting eighth, and Roel Santos is going to be batting in the ninth spot. He's out in center field. So just to recap very, very quickly, all right, it's Vargas, Moncada, Martinez, Despain, Yankak, and then it's Kape, Gibbert, Perez, and Santos. And so the guy on the mound for Team Canada is Cal Quantrill, who throws a pitch up high for a ball. With the Marlins and the Braves last year, 26 starts, a 4-12 record, and a 6.04 ERA. He's facing Vargas here to start off the first. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. All right. Alexander Vargas playing in his first career World Baseball Classic game. 7 homers and 40 RBI. Good opportunity for him. Here's the 1-1. That's taken for a called strike. One ball and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the first. Eight seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-2 on the way, and that's down and in for ball 2. Yeah, what are your final score predictions? His next gift we'll see every day. Every Wednesday. Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Wednesday in the 5th inning. That's when we're doing our openings for our P.O. Box stuff. Every Wednesday. 2-2. That is outside for ball 3. Unless we're not able to stream Wednesday. So, and then we just make it up whenever the next day is. Every Wednesday when we go to the 5th inning, though, that's when we do our P.O. Box gifts. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards right field, and a nice little leaping catch made right by the track by the right fielder for Team Canada, and that is Tyler O'Neill. So excellent play by him. A line out over to right by Vargas, and Moncada is going to come on up to the plate. Okay. So let's do this. Bo Naylor is catching. DHing is Naylor. Moncada looks at ball 1 as it's outside. Yohan, 1 for 9 so far in the World Baseball Classic. His only hit was a 2-run home run. Quantrill gets set, winds up, and fires. That's in there for a called strike. So it's 1-1. The pitch. That'll catch the outside edge for strike 2. Excuse me, I was looking for that baseball podcaster with the cool Rastafarian hat. I thought I saw him here. Do you know where I can find him? He's not here right now. Can I take a message? I am going to wear that, though, for whenever the Phillies do rally, like, late in the game, you know? That's like when, sort of like when BW brings out the Orioles hat. We're going to do that for whenever the Phillies rally during the regular season. If it's like a late game rally or something. You know, like 7th inning onward type of a thing. 2-2. That is outside for ball 3. But what's going on, my guy? How you doing? How you doing, David? Good to see you on here, man. Beautiful day over here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Moncada is in the box, and the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. She struck him out. There's out number 2. Ariel Martinez is going to come back on up to the plate. The roster rally hat, that's right. That's exactly correct. The defense, as far as Team Canada goes, they got Bo Naylor catching. Over at first base today, it's going to be Matt Davidson. The second baseman is Edward Julian. And at third, it's Abraham Toro. The shortstop is Otto Lopez. In the outfield, it's Owen Casey out in left, Denzel Clark in center, and Tyler O'Neill in right. Martinez up for Team Cuba, and he's going to fly this one out to right field, but it'll die and get down for a base hit in front of Tyler O'Neill. And a two-out single provided by Ariel Martinez in the bottom of the first. Cal Quantrill, who is on the mound for Team Canada, has 6 pitchers that he throws: sinker, cutter, splitter, four-seamer, curveball, and a slider. 2 outs, bottom of the first. The pitch to Despain, and that's a low strike at the knees. So for Team Cuba, Vargas lined out to right. Moncada struck out, and Ariel Martinez singled. And Despain will chop one over to third. And here's the throw to first. It's in time, and the inning is over. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We played 1 frame. We're going to take another step off. Then we'll be back to chat with you guys. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Go. Yeah, it's a cool green screen. It's pretty awesome. All right, we're going to the top of the second. So how's everybody doing, chat? How many people do we have tuning on in? How many people are tuning on in? And make sure, again, if you are just coming on in for the first time, hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. We got 7 people rocking with us. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. 9 likes. Good, good, good. Very, very good. All right, so in the bottom of in the top of the second, if I can remember what inning we're going into, that'd be great. Bo Naylor will lead it off, and then it'll be Denzel Clark and Edward Julian. So for Team Canada, that's 7, 8, and 9 due up in the batting order. What about you, chat? Final score predictions of this game, Canada versus Cuba. Again, winner gets in. Win, and you're in. Lose, and then you're out. Canada has never advanced through pool play, and Cuba has never been eliminated from pool play. And that is what's on the line today. Puerto Rico is already advanced, and Canada clinches with a win, and Cuba clinches with a win. So now Canada's manager is going to go out there and have a word with Trip Gibson. These managers are just not happy today. Ernie Witt is the manager for Team Canada. Other people that are on the coaching staff for Team Canada, Greg Hamilton's the bench coach. Justin Morneau is the hitting coach. If you guys remember, he was with the Minnesota Twins. He won the home run derby. That was against Josh Hamilton. Actually, wait, didn't Justin No, Josh Hamilton did win the home run derby. He had that incredible round, and they played against each other in the finals. Paul Quantrill, that's Cal Quantrill's dad, is the pitching coach, former Philly Quantrill. Russell Martin is the first base coach. Stubby Clapp is over at third. Dennis Boucher is out in the bullpen. He's the bullpen coach. Colleen Deglan is the bullpen catcher, and Jordan Procyshin is the other bullpen catcher. All right, so we should be ready to start off the top of the second. Umpires are challenging something. I don't understand what's going on. I really just don't get it. We come back from a break and already there was a complaint about something, and they just put the earpieces in, and Levon Moniello is going back out there for his second inning of work. All right, and now we're going to resume. So Bo Naylor for Team Canada is up at the plate, and the lefty takes down and in for a ball. Bo last year with the Guardians hit a .195, had 14 homers. And the 1-0 pitch is blooped out over to center, but it's going to be caught for out number one. Oh, man. Fun fact, it's actually warmer at my sister's house in North Carolina than in Hawaii. How warm is it there in Hawaii? What's the temperature? Denzel Clark comes on up and looks at strike one for Team Canada. He's 2 for 9 in the World Baseball Classic so far. Jack says he's going to go 4-3 Canada. And then David says, I got Cuba winning and making it into the next round. Okay. Final score prediction, though. A balls and 2 strikes. I have Canada winning 2, but David has Cuba winning. Levon in Friday's game against Panama did go 3 2/3. He had 59 pitches, 38 strikes. 0-2, swing and a miss, and there's out number 2 in the top of the second. Let's go. Cha-ching. It's 81 in Philly. Yeah. Definitely feels like it's 81. Two gone, top of the second. And the pitch, that's low for a ball. 74 degrees up from 68 degrees. Your sister, it's 80 degrees in North Carolina. Wow. 1-0 pitch. That's low. Taken for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. No score here in the top of the second. And we have a batter's violation called on Edward Julian, and he's having some words with Tripp Gibson. And Ernie Witt is going to go back out there. A lot of complaining today from both sides. Gosh. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ernie Witt just turned around, looked at the umpire as Julian is still not happy and chirping, and now Witt is going back into the dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, it's up high and inside for ball 3. And I didn't think. 3-1 pitch. That's inside and high for ball 4. And so there's a 2-out walk by Edward Julian. And he's on over at first base. Canada has a base runner yet again. Pressure's getting to them. Yeah, I don't understand. It's like both managers are just going out there and charge. Here comes Otto Lopez, and he'll ground one sharply over to the third baseman, and the throw over to first is in time, and the inning is over. So no runs, one man left, and we will go to the bottom of the second inning out in Puerto Rico. Oh, man. All right, chat. So here's the plan. Here's the plan for the rest of today. Okay? This is how it's going to go down. So tonight we are going to be doing Team Italy versus Team Mexico. We'll have our full attention on that game, obviously. And then whatever's left of Venezuela, Puerto Rico, of Venezuela, Dominican Republic, we'll do that afterwards. We will do that afterwards. Dominican Republic and Venezuela are both 3-0, and so they're both in, but they're just trying to figure out who's the top seed. So, and that should be a good game. Like, that really should be a good game, but obviously we got to focus on the USA. We do. So, just wanted to let you know that that is the game plan for tonight. Italy plays Mexico at 7. And the scenario is, again, if USA wants to get win, either two things have to happen. One, the easy thing is for Italy to beat Mexico. They get in that way. If Mexico does win, though, Mexico has to win by 5 or more runs. And the reason why is because of these tiebreaker scenarios. It goes by run differential because USA, Mexico, and Italy would all be in a 3-way tie, and the run differential would not help USA, and so that would cause them to be out. So either Mexico has to win by 5 or Mexico has to lose. And I would prefer the easier one. I don't really care what happens. I just want USA to get in. That's what really matters. But either A, Italy has to win, period, or Mexico, if they do win, they would have to win by 5. Can't win by 4, can't win by 3, can't win by 2, can't win by 1. And that is the situation for that. Who do you think will win that game? As far as that game goes, I think Italy's going to win. I have my faith in Italy. We also get to be Aaron Nola fans tonight, so that kind of works out too, because Aaron Nola is pitching for Team Italy. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the bottom of the second, and the pitch, swing and a miss. That should be a very good game. JJ, we're supposed to get the Storms too. Yeah, I know. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the second out in Cuba. Out in San Juan. San Juan. Oh my gosh. 1-1 pitch, and that's low and away for ball 2. Maybe I slept in a little bit too much. 1-1. That's outside for ball 2. I'm surprised that nobody noticed anything different about me. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Herman Mesa is the manager for Team Cuba. Anybody notice anything different? 3-2 pitch. That's drilled, but it's right over at the first baseman, Davidson. And Yankee is going to line out. And there's 1 gone. And Yiddy Cape is up next. And then Venezuela, Dominican Republic. I think Venezuela wins that. I don't know. I have a gut feeling. The pitch, fly ball hit out over towards shallow right center field. The catch is made by O'Neill, and there's out number 2. Glasses? Nope. Not the glasses. Joelkus Giebert is going to come on up. Of course we know this. It's painfully obvious. I got a haircut and a beard trim. My beard was a little bit longer. My hair was a little bit longer. The beard you probably would have noticed a little bit more, but no, I got a beard trim. I did. Joelkus Giebert is up at the plate. Usually somebody notices. I'm surprised that none of you noticed. Now, to be fair, I know that usually, like, if I'm streaming, like, a Sixers game or, like, whatever, there's, like, more people that are in here, which I understand. I get that. But still. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. And the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Just got on the outside edge. I usually just listen and then talk. No, I got you. No worries. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying all of chat in general. 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. The crazy part about this is that Mexico only gets in if they win and if they score fewer than 5 runs. I didn't realize that. The pitch, swing and a miss. There's out number 3. So we are going to go to the top of the third. And, like, you're probably going to say, Jason, well, duh, because that's the only way that they get in. So I won, but, I mean, I didn't really think about it, though, from their perspective, that that's how they only get in. So they're going to play that strategically if they're up. So they probably will not win by 5. So we basically just need Italy to win. USA, let's go. Let's go. We were all focused on the hair yesterday. Yes, that's true. That is true. Today's a different day. Hey, every Wednesday during Phillies games in the 5th inning, we do P.O. Box opening. So if you want to send me a letter, if you want to send me a gift, like what John did, we open that on Wednesdays during the 5th inning, or right before we go into the top of the 5th inning. And you can send me stuff. You can definitely do that. The P.O. Box address is right there. Play-by-play with JJ. P.O. Box 6. Gibbsboro, New Jersey, 08026. And if there's things that you don't want me to open on the air, make sure that you reach out to me. Make sure that you let me know. Because everything that I get from my P.O. Box, I open on the air, unless told otherwise. And I want to make sure that I mention that, just as a fair warning. All right, so we're going to the top of the third. It's Josh Naylor who's going to lead it off for Team Canada. And then it'll be Tyler O'Neill and Abraham Toro, who are up as follows. Let's go, JJ. Ray. How you doing, Ray? Good to see you on here, my guy. Very, very good to see you on here. You are the man. You guys are all the man. The men and woman as well. Can't forget about that. Love my people. All right, so Naylor, that's Josh Naylor, Tyler O'Neill, and Abraham Toro are due on up. Josh walked his first time up. And Moniello now has a pitch comm device problem. I mean, we've seen everything, and he also gets charged with a pitch clock violation. This is so embarrassing. This really is. Gosh. Gets a new pitch comm device, and he gets a pitch clock violation. This is awful, man. There's always something going on in every inning. So he gets the new device. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch to Naylor, and he grounds one over to shortstop. The throw over to first is in time. So that's the 3rd time that Josh Naylor, who has faced Moniello, has had to deal with a pitch clock violation. That's crazy. That is unreal. 1 out, top of the 3rd, and it's Tyler O'Neill who's up, and he takes the pitch up high for a ball. I think we've seen everything today in this game as far as timeouts go. 1-0 pitch, line drive, base hit out to left field, and Tyler O'Neill is going to get on with a 1-out single, so he does get aboard for the 2nd time today. Man. So he's over at first base, and Abraham Toro is coming on up. Again, all of this, and there's still no score. And we're only in the top of the 3rd. We've been on stream for 58 minutes. Charge! The game itself has been like 45 minutes. Abraham Toro in the box stares at strike 1. And already he's down in the count 0-1 here. Looks like it's very sunny out in San Juan. 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be grounded past the second baseman out to right field for a base hit, and O'Neill will stop at second base. It was hit in the air, and then it died right in front of Vargas, and he tried to slide and scoop it while he played it on the hop, and he just fully missed it. I mean, didn't even get to the ball, nothing. He had to run over towards his left. The ball just landed on the ground, and it just went right on by him. Didn't get a glove on it, nothing. That was Capet over at second base. So Toro does get on with a single, and Owen Casey is now up to bat. 2 runners on, 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes. And the next pitch is outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to Owen Casey. We're in the top of the 3rd. No score, 1 out. Canada has runners at first and second. And the 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Owen has had himself a very good World Baseball Classic. He's 6 for 11. He's been driving in runs. That's why they moved him up to the 5 spot, to be in spots like this. The next pitch is going to get away from the catcher. It was way outside, and that'll put runners over at second and third, and that changes a lot because there's no double play now. So that puts runners over at second and third, and it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count to Owen Casey. Andres Perez, the pitch was outside, didn't turn the glove the other way. Open face. He just tried to backhand it when he should have open face caught it. 3 balls, 1 strike. Infield now playing in because the run is now 90 feet away from scoring. 3-1, swing and a miss, and the count is 3-2. Yariel Rodriguez warming up for Cuba. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Moniello gets set at the Cuba letters. Kicks, fires, and there's a fly ball hit out over to right field. This will be caught. And the runner tags up from third. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not in time, and it's also off the line as well. An RBI sacrifice fly by Owen Casey. Canada's on the board. So 2 gone in the top of the third. Wanted to also mention that Abraham Toro from second, he tagged up 2, and now he's 90 feet away from scoring. Damn. It's Matt Davidson who's in the box, and Davidson flies one out over towards center field. This should be catchable, and it is. And Santos catches the can of corn for out number 3. So Owen Casey drives in another run in the World Baseball Classic, and Canada leads it 1-0. We'll be back. We step aside. We go to the bottom of the third. All right, we're going to the bottom of the third. It's a 1-0 Canada lead. They took the lead in the top of the third on an Owen Casey sacrifice fly. It's been a very bizarre game. We've seen like 3 pitch clock violations from one pitcher on Cuba, and that was Livan Moniello. We also had a play where there was a rundown on a pickoff attempt, and the third baseman didn't even give the runner a chance to get by him, so there was fielder's interference that happened. And so that took some time off because there was a lot of arguing back and forth over that. And then we had a pitch comm device issue. So nothing happened in this inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nothing happened heading into this inning, I should say. 1-1. That's a foul ball over towards the left side. John, I hope you're okay, man. I really do. Please, please, please be safe. Gosh. Overflowing gutter. Dude, be safe. All right, so it's 1-0 Canada. Perez is in the box. Quantrill's on the mound. Cal, that is. And the pitch is fouled back. So 1-0 Canada. We're in the bottom of the third. Whoever wins this game is going on to the quarterfinals. This is for Pool A. Puerto Rico's already in, but the winner of this game is also in if they win. The 1-2, that's down in the way for ball 2. So this is like a Game 7 situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the third. 33 pitches for Cal Quantrill. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. And that is taken for a ball, but they try to appeal to see if he went, and he did not go. So that'll make the count now 3-2. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you very much. You're the first one that noticed. Let's go. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball. Hit over towards the second baseman. It's picked up, and here's the throw to first. It's in time, and there's out number 1. So 1 away in the bottom of the third. Andres Perez grounds out to second. And, of course, tonight, we're covering Italy versus Mexico. We're doing Italy versus Mexico. And so USA gets in if Italy wins or if Mexico wins by 5. Pitch, and that's in there for a strike. But obviously, Mexico, if they're up by like 4, they're really going to try to, scrape off some of those runs. No balls, 1 strike. Because they only get in if they win by 4 or less. 1-1 is the count. So we need Italy to win, essentially. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Bouncing ball. Hit over towards the right side. Here's the throw to first. It's in time, and there's out number 2. For those of you that just came on in, Matt is also here. What's up, Matt? What's up, Michael? If you just came on in, final score predictions on this game. Cuba versus Canada. Whoever gets the W is in and playing in the qualifiers. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Cal Quantrill on the mound, 38 pitches, nobody on, and 2 outs. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. Cal versus Vargas. And the first pitch that's thrown is a strike. It's a curveball that hits the outside edge. No balls and 1 strike. Quantrill gets set and deals. Swing and a miss. Went back to the curveball again, and it worked. No balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 is the count. 2 outs, bottom of the third. And the 0-2 pitch, and that's down low and away for a ball. Oh, man. Chat, where's everybody tuning on in from? And again, whoever just subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. Let us know about yourself if you want to come on here and talk. If not, that's cool too. I'm a talker. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There's out number 3. And we're going to go to the top of the 4th. Okay. I'm really not a talker. I'm really more of a listener, but today I'm a talker. I can't shut up today. I'm a yapper today. So what, there's 3 outs now? Is that 3? Yeah. That was 3. Okay. Hey, JJ, how did Canada get their first run? Owen Casey had a sacrifice fly, and that drove in Tyler O'Neill in the top of the 3rd inning. The 2 starters, the starters for each team, Levon Moiniello for Team Cuba and Cal Quantrill for Team Canada. Moiniello for Cuba has gone 3 innings. He's allowed 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts on a total of 49 pitches, in which in total he's thrown 46. The other 3 were because of pitch clock violations. Cal Quantrill has gone 3 innings for Team Canada. He's allowed 1 hit, and he has struck out 3 batters. Yeah. So we're going to the fourth. This Italy-Mexico game has me very anxious. Italy's 3-0. That game, again, is at 7 o'clock. And we're going to be calling it, of course. The cool thing, the really cool thing, chat, is that you don't even have to go anywhere. Because the reason why is because we have a redirect. So once this Cuba-Canada game is done, just stay here. And then you'll automatically get the next stream. So you don't even have to get out of the channel, nothing. No buttons to press. It's simple. I made sure that I had the redirect and that I posted the next thumbnail. So that is all good. That game will be at 7 o'clock. Italy versus Mexico. Here we go. All right. Bo Naylor is in the box for Team Canada. It's 1 ball, no strikes to him. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled over towards the left side and out of play. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Muñelo kicks and deals. That pitch is on the inside corner for strike. For a called ball. Wow. Trip Gibson has made some questionable calls in this game. 2-1 pitch, and that's a foul ball towards the left side. The more I watch these games, chat, the more happier I am with the ABS system. And I can't wait for it. There's no going back after what we've been able to see with the ABS. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. Goes back towards the screen again. Cuba's under a lot of pressure. If they lose, they have to take an unmarked high-speed fishing boat back to Havana. 2-2 pitch. He went around, and Bo Naylor is down on strikes. The pitch was outside, and there's 1 gone in the 4th inning. Josh Naylor, for the first time today, has struck out. And by the way, that's the first strikeout that Muñelo has had since the 2nd. Denzel Clark is in the box, and he stares at a curveball that's in the zone for strike 1. Clark playing for Team Canada. That is who's up to bat right now. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. That one was in the dirt. It's Nola night, baby! It is. We're Aaron Nola fans tonight. It's the best of both worlds, baby. It's like Hannah Montana. 0-2 pitch. Down and away for a ball. That was a phenomenal dad joke. You got to give me that. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Curveball again. Working for Muñelo. He has 59 pitches, though, so this will probably be his last batter, you would think. And Edward Julian is coming on up. Remember, it's 65 pitches. Unless that's your last batter. You can go over the limit if you face... Yeah. Edward Julian's in the box. It's no balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is taken. That was at the knees, and that's called a ball. He's had 4 bad calls today. 4. 1 ball, 1 strike. So now he's at 61 pitches. So he can face the batter. If he gets over 65, that's just his last batter. So if he has like 67 pitches, as long as the 65th pitch was thrown to the batter that he's facing, he's good. So now he has 62 pitches, so this is going to be his last batter. Most likely. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, top of the 4th. 1-2 pitch, fly ball hit out over towards left center field. They'll split the gap and go all the way over towards the wall. And heading on over to second base, getting on with a 2-out double is Edward Julian, and Canada has a runner in scoring position. If you're rooting for Team Canada, drop the Canada flags. If you're rooting for Cuba, drop the Cuban flags. And that is going to do it for Moiniello. So he's done. German Mesa says bye-bye to Moiniello. And we have a pitch and change. All right. It is Nolan night. Nobody laughed at my Hannah Montana joke. Maybe some of y'all did. It could have been a pretty bad joke, honestly. The more I think about it, yeah, that was kind of stupid. I thought in the moment that it was gold, but nah, it was all right. You know, Mike Francesca used to on Sports Talk Radio, like I'd go to bed sometimes and I would listen to there's a video out there, a compilation video of like an hour and a half of prank calls that Mike Francesca had to deal with on air, and it's so funny. He is so easy to troll. I think we talked about it like maybe like a week ago or so, that I feel like I'm very easy to troll, especially when I'm looking at chat, you know? So like it's very easy to just bait me, you know? But that's how it was for Mike Francesca when it came to phone calls and stuff. I bring this up, though. I don't even remember why I brought it up. I don't remember why I brought it up. That's the funny part about it. Oh, well. It is what it is. One of the funniest ones was when somebody called about the San Francisco Giants meeting up with the New York Giants. Like, do they ever go out to eat? He's like, what, the football Giants? And then you're talking about who? Like, football Giants and the baseball Giants? Like, it's like, yeah, did they ever go out for a meal? And he's like, what are you talking about? You know? Yariel Rodriguez is on the pitch for Cuba. Shout out to Mike Francesca. 2 outs, top of the fourth. A runner on over at second. And Yariel Rodriguez throws a 96-mile-per-hour fastball that's above the strike zone. Did any of you listen to Mike and the Mad Dog on WFAN? 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Runner over at second. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. It'll stay in the ballpark. And there to make the grab in the alleyway for out number 3 is going to be Denzel Clark. And the inning is over. So 1 pitch, and there's the 3rd out. And we will go to the bottom of the 4th. It's right bottom of the 4th coming on up. Wait a sec. Yeah, I'm confused. I said Denzel Clark made the catch. That was Roel Santos. Sorry. Otto Lopez is the one who flied out to center. It's like, no wonder why I'm confused. Okay. You never catch me engaging with trolls. Says BW. What's up, BW? How you doing? I'm back. Your dad called you. Was it a good convo? Hopefully it was. Dad wants a chili cheese dog. Yeah. Nola can literally save Team USA by pitching a gem or completely imploding. So he should have this. That's true. That was true. That was funny. I'll give you that. That was funny. Let's go. All right. 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Moncada is going to come on up, and then it'll be Ariel Martinez and Alfredo Despain coming on up for Team Cuba. That was at 4:17. It is. Best record in first round. Puerto Rico 17-3. Japan also 17-3. Dominican Republic 15-4. And Cuba 14-5. USA is 14-6. Wow. Here's the first pitch. This is grounded over towards the right side. The pitcher picks it up and he'll just tag the runner out himself. He had to go over towards the first base line. And he did. So Cal Quantrill records the first out himself. That was Yohan Moncada who was up at the plate. And Ariel Martinez is up next. He singled in his first at-bat. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Martinez in the box, batting on the right side. And the pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right field. That'll get down for a base hit. And it takes a bounce in front of Tyler O'Neill. And there is a 1-out single here in the bottom of the fourth. And Alfredo Despain is going to be the next batter for Team Cuba as the tying run is over at first base. By the way, folks, if you love my style of play-by-play, you might want to go check out somebody else who's in the chat right now. His name is Orioles Birdwatcher. He's on here just to tune on in, but you should go check him out too. Feel free to drop your link, my friend. Alfredo Despain is in the box. 1 ball, no strikes. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out his last time up. Martinez leads off over at first. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a tapper. Hit over towards the shortstop. The throw will be made over to second base. And the throw back on over to first was in time. So the throw to second was in time. And the throw over to first was in time as well. And we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. That was an excellent play by the shortstop there. So 6-4-3 double play is how the inning ends. And we'll step aside and we'll go to the 5th. Right, we're going to the top of the 5th inning again, folks. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the bell icons too. I appreciate you guys so much for being on here. I really do. We cover Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, Eagles football, and we also are doing the World Baseball Classic, and we do March Madness and other Major League Baseball games. We also do this really cool thing called MLB Diamond Zone. If you're really into baseball, and if you sort of like NFL Red Zone, it's like when two worlds collide type of a thing. So it's pretty cool. If you're into fantasy baseball, you can follow along. We go to the hot games and we switch the scoreboards, and we try to do we try to focus and zoom in on games that have a lot of action, and it's really, really awesome. The pitch, swing and a miss to Josh Naylor. So you should definitely check us out for that, because nobody else on the platform does it. The pitch, there's a swing and a miss to Naylor, so it's no balls, one strike, by the way. Sorry about that. Naylor is going to rub his eyes real quick. Canada's up 1-0. We're in the top of the 5th. No balls, one strike. Rodriguez will get set above the belt. That's Yario Rodriguez for Team Cuba. And he kicks, fires, and the 0-1 is down in the way for a ball. 1-0 Canada. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Rodriguez will get set above the belt. And the 1-1. And there's strike 2. By the way, appreciate the critiques. I really do. Those are the types of critiques that I need. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Those are good pointers. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's outside. Way outside, taken for ball 2. Rodriguez gets the signs again. Gets set just below the Cuba letters. Winds up and fires. Check swing, he went around, and Josh Naylor goes fishing after a breaking ball, and there is out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. He definitely went. No doubt about it. In case you're just tuning on in, Canada is up 1-0. They got their lone run in the 3rd on a sac fly by Owen Casey. Here's Tyler O'Neill, who punches this one foul towards the left side. Tyler's 2 for 11 in the Classic. Today he did single, and he scored the run on that sac fly. 0-1 pitch. That's fouled back over towards the screen. We're 75 subscribers away, folks, from getting to the 8,500 marker. We've been at it for 3 years. Our anniversary was December 20th. 0-2. That's up high for a ball. Was it actually December 20th? First game I remember doing was Warriors Sixers. The channel's been around since November. But 1-2 pitch. Flied out over towards medium depth right field. And heading on over to make the catch is Yoelkis Giebert. He had to shift over towards that line. And O'Neill flies out to right. So Naylor struck out in the 5th. And O'Neill just flied out to right. And there's 2 gone. Toro, O'Neill, Lopez, and Julian have the only hits for Team Canada. The pitch to Toro, that's on the outside corner for a strike. Three seconds left on the pitch clock. Rodriguez winds up and fires, and there's a fly ball hit out over towards deep right field. That ball's not coming back. It's gone. And within the blink of an eye, Canada goes up 2-0. So 2-0 in the top of the fifth. And there's a 98-mile-per-hour pitch that's thrown outside for ball one from Rodriguez. Yariel Rodriguez, who has thrown 13 pitches, 9 of them have been for strikes. Just gave up a big blast out to right. Owen Casey, the left-handed power bat, is in the box. First pitch was inside. The second pitch was fouled off. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's fouled off again. It was a beautiful swing by Toro. One and two is the count. Casey had the sac fly in the third inning to give Canada a 1-0 lead. Rodriguez kicks, fires. The 1-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Casey is down on strikes. However, Abraham Toro goes yard and gives Canada a 2-0 lead. We'll step aside once more. Be right back. All right, so Cal Quantrill is still pitching. And the pitch that's thrown to start off the bottom of the fifth is a 95-mile-per-hour heater on the outside edge for a strike. This is Yankee who's up to bat. Yoel Yankee over at first base. lined out to first in the second inning. 0-1 in the pitch. That's low for ball one. Let us know where you guys are tuning on in from. We'll make sure that we shout you guys out. And let us know what your final score predictions are on this game. 1-1 Quantrill gets set above the belt. And here's pitch number 49 from Cal. And that is outside for ball two. Indigo Diaz is warming up in the Canada bullpen. So Canada leads it 2-0. They took a 1-0 lead in the top of the third on a sac fly by Owen Casey. And here's the 2-1. It's outside for ball three. And in the top of the fifth, Abraham Toro hit a solo home run out to right field. Winner of this game moves on to the quarterfinals. Both teams in Pool A. The 3-1 pitch, and that ball is golfed out to right field. It's slicing foul, and it'll be a souvenir. So the count is now 3-2. That pitch was low. Three balls, two strikes. The payoff pitch. That's another foul ball hit over towards the left side. $20 balls thrown by Cal, 32 strikes, and a total of 52 pitches. 2-0 Canada in the bottom of the fifth against Cuba. Cuba is up to bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch, and that is outside for ball four. So Yoel Yankee is able to get on with a leadoff walk, and the tying run is going to come on up to the plate for Team Cuba. It's beautiful weather out there. Again, over the last 3 days, they had rain delays in each game out in San Juan. The pitch, that's in there for a strike. Lowest strikeout percentage in Major League Baseball since 2023. On a minimum of 5,000 pitches, Cal Quantrill is second with 15.7. And Austin Gomer is first. Capé is in the box. No balls, 1 strike to him, and the next pitch is going to be fouled off. So the count is 0-2 to Yiddy Capé. Pink and red batting gloves, right-handed hitter, bell-high socks. 0-2 pitch. That's slapped foul. Guys, got any plans for the weekend? Comment down below. The ball just hit the umpire. It was the foul ball that we were just talking about. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on over at first. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Here's the toss back over to first. It's going to get away from the first baseman, Davidson. And Yankee's going to at least go on over to second. And now he's being waved on over to third. The throw from the right fielder. The third base is cut off. And Yankee gets in there safely at third base. That was a terrible throw made by Cal Quantrill. There was no chance that Davidson was going to be able to catch that. And it just went all the way out to right field in foul territory. So, no balls and 2 strikes. The Yankee is now 90 feet away from scoring. That went way over to Davidson's right side. And then the first base coach for Cuba was pointing the Yankees, said, go, go, go. Runner at third, no balls, 2 strikes. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Nobody out, bottom of the fifth. Canada up 2-0. Capé is in the box, and Quantrill is on the hill. 0-2 is the count. The stretch and the pitch. And another foul ball. Punched on over towards the third base side. What's going on, Cameron? How you doing, my friend? The ball's 2 strikes. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And here's the big 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a slider in the dirt. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. That was a huge strikeout there. Surprised that he went off speed. But it worked. Then just died right down and out of the zone. Joelkis Gibbsboro, left-handed hitter, chases after the same pitch that Kape struck out on, and he's down in the count already 0-1. Eight seconds left on the pitch clock. Quantrill with 59 pitches. This most likely will be his final batter. The 0-1 wide for a ball. And the reason why is because the pitch count limit is at 65 for this round of the World Baseball Classic. The 1-1 on the way. Tapper, and it's fouled. But if Gibbsboro is still up and he has 65 or more pitches, that's okay. Just has to be taken out after Gibbsboro's at-bat's done. 1-2 pitch. Grounded over towards the right side. Second baseman picks it up, throws it on over to first. 1 run will score. It is an RBI ground out by Joelkis Gibbsboro. So Yamal scores, and it's 2-1 Cuba, or it's 2-1 Canada here in the bottom of the 5th. Joelkis Gibbsboro. And it's Andres Perez who's up. And he takes a pitch that's way up high for ball 1. Tonight, we'll be doing Mexico versus Italy. That game will be at 7 o'clock. Hopefully, you'll stay on for that. 1 ball, no strikes to Perez. And the pitch is in there for a called strike. Now I realize it. Perez 0 for 1 with a ground out. 1-1 is the count. Quantrill gets set and fires. That's at 95, right down the hatch. Taken for strike 2. So I thought maybe that was going to be the final batter for Cal, but I was mistaken. This is definitely his final batter. 1-2 pitch. That's low for ball 2. So now Cal is 66 pitches. 2-1 Canada. Cuba down by 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Base is empty, 2 outs. And the count is 2-2. And Perez will step out of the box and call for time. Cal gets the signs again. Kicks. Fires the pitch. Swing and a miss. Cal Quantrill is able to finish 5 innings of work. He does give up the run on the RBI groundout by Joelkis Gibbsboro. However, he was phenomenal today besides that. And we will go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-1. Canada in the lead right now. I can't believe that he got out of it. Good for him. Oh, man. Let's go. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Oh, man. Man. Need the stretch. How we doing on those likes, chat? How are we doing on those likes? We got 25 people rocking with us. And let me try to refresh this very, very quickly. 23 of you have hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so, so much, guys. Nice. So, obviously, I love doing play-by-play. But what makes this whole thing a community on here, right? Or what makes streaming really, really cool is that you have a community of people. And I always love to ask the people that tune on in for the very first time, or even if you're returning, I always like to know stories. Because baseball to me is all about stories. And I tell stories. I do that. But I like it when you guys tell stories. You guys learn more about each other. I learn more about you. And that's what makes this whole thing a community. You don't get that on radio. You don't get that on TV. Now, obviously, we balance it out, or we try to balance it out with doing the play-by-play on top of that. But I would like to know, A, when did you realize that baseball was a cool sport? And B, why is it a cool sport? What makes it stand out compared to the other sports? And we head to the top of the sixth. Yariel Rodriguez on the mound facing Davidson. The first pitch that's thrown is taken for a strike. No balls, one strike. Matt Davidson in the box. The 0-1 is outside for ball one. Beautiful sunshine out in San Juan. Davidson is 0 for 2. One ball, one strike, and the pitch. Foul ball. Back right over towards the screen. Davidson, hitless in 2 at-bats, as we just mentioned, popped out and flied out. We're in the top of the sixth. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. There's the 1-2 pitch. That is low and away for ball 2. And take your time with the stories, by the way. No need to rush. Two balls, 2 strikes. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. There's the 2-2 pitch. This ball's flied out over towards the right side in foul territory, and not going to be able to get there, but getting collided into the netting is the first baseman, Yoel Yankee. Yankee was going into foul ground. He tried to chase it down, and then he couldn't get there in time, but he still collided into the foul ball netting and was stuck in between the wall and the foul ball netting, and the first base umpire had to help him up. It's a lot of pounds to lift up there. 2-2. This is popped up, hit out over towards the first base side and foul ground, and that is a souvenir. Yankee was smiling as soon as the first base umpire tried to help him up, and he was like, you got to pull a little bit harder. Just a little bit more. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Davidson is 0 for 2. 2-2 to Matt Davidson. The long windup and the next pitch popped up over towards the middle infield grass, and the second baseman gets under it, but he drops it. Cape dropped it. He lost it in the sun, and Davidson gets on due to an E4. Cape got under it. He maneuvered towards his right, and the ball bounced off of the tip of his glove, and he could not hang on. So that goes down as an E4. He's not happy with himself. and Rodriguez has to get an extra out here. It's Bo Naylor up at the plate, and the first pitch that's taken is wide for ball one. One ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch. It's outside. That's taken for ball two. Two balls, no strikes. We're in the top of the sixth. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-0 is on the outside corner for a called strike. There we go. Canada leads it by a run. The 2-1 offering. That's a foul ball. Hit back on over towards the screen. The guy that's warming up in the pen is Darian Nunez. The 2-2 pitch, here it comes. That's going to bounce in the dirt for ball three. And it's going to get away from the catcher, heading on over to second, and now rounding second, going over to third, and sliding in there safely is Davidson. So, more bad baseball from Cuba, and Canada knocking on the door again. Got 2 bases out of that. It took a very wicked hop. Just deflected right off of the catcher, Perez's mitt, and he had to get up and go get it. Perez not happy with how that outcome occurred. So the count is 3-2. There's 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. 3-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. When a player is at bat, tell us what you know about him, who he plays for, how long he's played, and all that. Ask listeners to Google names to help you speak wisely. These are all interesting pointers, man. I appreciate you. 3-2 pitch. This is popped up right behind home plate, shifting over towards the left side, and the catcher, Perez, lost it, couldn't make the catch, and the at-bat will continue. As he was going over towards the left, he had to call off the third baseman, Moncada, and he sort of slipped, lost his footing, and the count is still 3-2 to Bo Naylor. Nobody important. I like that name, by the way. So it is 3 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the sixth. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock to Bo Naylor. And the next pitch, line drive hit out to right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Davidson will just jog on home. The throw over to second base is not in time. It's 3-1 Canada in the top of the sixth. There we go. It's Denzel Clark who's going to come on up to the plate. Clark plays for the Athletics. Very fast center fielder for them. Top of the sixth. Nobody out. Darian Nunez, who's a lefty, and Luis Romero, who's a righty, are warming up in the pen for Team Cuba. Clark in the box. Right-handed batter. Swings and misses at the first pitch at 86 miles per hour. So the count is 0-1. Naylor's at second. And there's the 0-1, and that's tapped foul. Denzel's 25 years old. Played for Cal State. And was selected as a fourth-round pick by the Athletics. The ball's 2 strikes to Denzel Clark. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And the catcher dropped it, but has to throw it on over to first. It's in time. Denzel Clark had to run on out of the box. But now the umpire's signaling something. Are they going to call interference? A little bit confused. Looks like... Let's look again at the replay here. Did he give him a path to run? Guess they're going to call interference. Batter's bat hit the glove. That's what happens. So that's going to put runners at the corners instead. Perez has really just been struggling behind the plate for Team Cuba. The pitch on the way, and that's outside for a ball to Edward Julian. 1 ball, no strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Here's the 1-0, and that's down for ball 2. And stealing second base, going on over there, is Denzel Clark. Got a very good jump. Two-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Julian 2 for 14 in the World Baseball Classic. 1 for 1, he walked and also doubled. Naylor's over at third. Clark is at second. The 2-1 pitch. It's down and in for ball 3. Three to 1 Canada here in the top of the 6th inning. There's 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Clark is over at second. And then we got Naylor over at third. 3-1 pitch, and that's in there for strike 2. Andres Perez, this is his first start of the World Baseball Classic, and he's just not at a good day behind the plate at all. Had a catcher's interference call not too long ago. That's why Clark is over at second. That's why Clark really got on. Julian will call for time as he steps on out of the box. Canada leads at 3-1. How do we get here? Great question. Owen Casey had a sac fly in the 3rd. Abraham Toro had a solo home run in the 5th inning. That was for Team Canada. And then Bo Naylor got on with an RBI double. Now, Yariel Rodriguez is upset about something. And Trip Gibson is going to go on over to try to talk to him. And the manager also comes on out of the dugout. That's Herman Mesa. And this is like the 4th or the 5th time today that, honestly, Mesa has come on out of the dugout. Crazy. The count is 3-2. Edward Julian is in the batter's box for Team Canada. And there's 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. And Mesa is going to head back into the dugout now. Again, it's really hard to tell, obviously, like what they're talking about and what's going on. Because, again, you have to understand that I can only watch this from what the TV is showing me. And there's nobody that's on Twitter that's able to provide updates. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and there is out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning as that pitch went on into the dirt. There's a big strikeout there. So there's 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Bo is at 30, got on with an RBI double. And Denzel Clark got on with catcher's interference. The pitch. Foul ball. That's to Otto Lopez. The Marlin, who steals a lot of bags. 1 for 3 with a single. Would probably like to get on here to give Canada a little bit of a cushion. 0-1. Up high at 94 miles per hour. You still never answered my question. Nobody important. You still never answered my question. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, top of the 6th. In the pitch. There's a line drive, base it out to left field. Naylor's going to score. Right behind him is Clark. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not in time. Clark dives in there head first. It's 5-1 Canada. Josh Naylor who comes on up to the plates. So, German Mesa is going to pull Yariel Rodriguez, and that's going to do it for him. So it's a 2-run single. He did advance on over to second base because of the throw that was made over to home. He's now in scoring position, and there's still 1 out in the top of the 6th. Let's go. JJ, do you feel like the refs are helping Canada to the umps? No, I think that both sides of the plate, honestly, Tripp Gibson just has not really had himself the best game today. That's really how I feel. Again, folks, thank you so much for tuning on in. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Love you guys very, very much, and I appreciate all the love and the support. We are 75 subscribers away from getting to the 8,500 marker. All right, I will be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. See you really soon. All right, we're back for the top of the 6th. Josh Naylor's in the box, and he swung on and missed the first pitch for strike 1. The ball is 1 strike to Josh Naylor. There's the 0-1, and that's on the outside edge for strike 2. This is Darian Nunez who's pitching. He pitched with Aragua last year in 5 games in 6 1/3 of an inning. Allowed 5 hits, 5 runs as well. 0-2, and that's a swing and a miss. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Josh Naylor. He's down on strikes. And Tyler O'Neill is going to be the next man on up. So 2 gone in the top of the 6th. O'Neill is in the box facing Nunez. The pitch is in there for a called strike to Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill played with the Orioles last year. One of those guys that's like a really good defensive outfielder that has a good arm. Just the batting average, though, doesn't do as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nunez for Cuba comes set and deals. And the pitch is outside. Tyler O'Neill's now 30 years old. At 199 last year, just a tick under the Mendoza line. 2-1 pitch. It's popped up over towards shallow center field. Second baseman gets under it, says, I got it, and they'll make the catch. So Cape, who had that error on the pop-up not too long ago, towards the middle infield and dropped the ball, this time we'll squeeze it for out number 3. And we've played 5.5 innings and go to the bottom of the 6th. It is a 5-1 Canada lead. Thanks to a 2-run single by Otto Lopez. They were up 3-1 right before that. They also got an RBI double from Bo Naylor earlier in the inning as well. So 3 runs in that inning, and they'll be back. Later tonight, we got Italy playing Mexico, and that's a big game for USA because if USA is going to get in, they would need either Italy to win, or if Mexico does win, Mexico would have to win by 5 or more. So Italy is 3-0. Mexico is 2-1. That game will be at 7 o'clock, and we'll be on for that game right after this one is done. Dominican Republic also is playing against Venezuela. That game will be at 8 o'clock tonight. So you can catch us on for that as well. We'll be doing the rest of that game once the Italy-Mexico game is done. So Santos, Vargas, and Moncada are all due up. By the way, Dominican Republic and Venezuela are each 3-0. So they're both going to the quarterfinals. We just don't know what the seeding is yet. Who's the number 1 team and who's the number 2. What's up, Dallas? How you doing? Good to see you on here. You made it home today? Did you make it home? Again, I'm really happy that your appointment went very, very well. That was nice. All right, so we're going to go to the top of the 7th inning. It's 5-1 Canada. And again, in case you are just tuning on in, here's what has happened so far. Owen Casey had a sac fly in the top of the 3rd inning. And then in the top of the 5th, that was for Team Canada. And still on Canada real quickly, in the top of the 5th, Abraham Toro with a solo home run made it 2-0. And then in the top of the 6th, Canada put up 3 runs. One was from an RBI single by Bo Naylor. And then they got 2 more on a 2-run single by Otto Lopez. Cuba has only manufactured 1 run in this game, and that run ended up coming in the bottom of the 5th on an RBI ground out by Yuki Gibbert. Made it home yesterday. Work was silly today. My patients didn't want to behave. That's fun. That's fun. Indigo Diaz is now going to come on in the pitch for Team Canada. 42 games last year out in AA Somerset. And the pitch that is thrown is taken down for a ball. Guy that's up at the plate is Roa Santos, who, by the way, is 0 for 1. And is hitless so far in the World Baseball Classic, but does have 1 run scored. Diaz kicks, fires, and the pitch is inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Santos in the box And the 2-0 that he takes is down and in for ball 3. Quantrill did get the start today for Canada. He ended up going 5 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. And Diaz is on in relief for him. The 3-0, that's called a strike. Looked a little bit inside from Trip Gibson, or from Diaz, that is, but Gibson called it a strike. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. 4-run lead for Canada. The 3-1 offering catches the inside corner for strike 2. Whoever just subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Santos with a full count here. Diaz, who will win the battle? Diaz comes set and deals. And Santos wins the battle, and he gets on with a walk as the pitch was upstairs for ball 4. So the leadoff man is over at first. Let's go. Roel Santos gets on base for the first time. Indigo Diaz, by the way, throws a fastball, and that one occasionally hits 97 miles per hour. The pitch is down and in for a ball. Looks like Bo Naylor is going to go out to talk to Diaz, try to get on the same page here. This is like a get right type of a conversation. You had to go nurse on them. Did somebody get hurt? I hope not. Alexander Vargas, left-handed hitter, played out in Double-A and Single-A last year. Batted .229, 7 homers, and 40 RBI. One-0 pitch to Vargas. That's down and in for a ball. Vargas, 24 years old, with the Cincinnati Reds Association. 2-0 pitch. That's in the zone on the inside corner for a strike. In his minor league career, he has a .225 career average with 32 homers and 205 RBI. He's also stolen 116 bags. Diaz comes set and deals. This one is popped up out over towards shallow right field. And the right fielder, O'Neill, is there to make the catch. He had to call off the second baseman for out number 2. And he did. They just didn't want to take their medication or go to their follow-up appointments. Then I had to get tough. Did you get very tough? Damn. That's always fun. So I guess it's tea time for you. Bottom of the 6th. Moncada is in the box, and he looks at a called strike. So here's all of Cuba's mishaps today. No balls, 1 strike, by the way, to Yohan Moncada. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. A runner over at first. 5-1 Canada. 1 out. And the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball down the first base line. It's a fair ball. That's going to go all the way over towards the corner. And so Santos is going to go on over to third base. And he will stay right there. And that is a double hit in the inning by Moncada. And he is able to get on. He's down over at second. He was on his knees. And he took off his helmet. Now takes off his left glove. And going out there to check up on him is Mesa and the trainer as well. As he was going into second base and he took a dive, he landed a little bit awkwardly. Wasn't grabbing onto anything. Gosh. Looked like it was towards his leg. Trainer's out there, and So is the third base coach, who's signaling something to the dugout. So 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. So just going back to this really quickly. Cuba's mishaps today. 3 pitch clock violations. Interference error in the first. In the third inning, a pass ball. In the bottom of the 6th, a catcher's interference. And 3 team errors. That's what's been going on. Moncada is going to go on over towards the... He was going over towards the first base coach. He got some Gatorade. He took a sip of, and then he got a little bit of a shower around his neck just to keep him cool. So he's going to stay in the game. He's over at second base. The trainer and also Mesa did go back to the dugout. And up to bat now is Ariel Martinez. Diaz for Canada comes set again and delivers a called strike. 2 runners in scoring position. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And it's no balls, 1 strike. Winner of this game moves on to the quarterfinals. Canada and Cuba both 2-1. And Puerto Rico has clinched. They end the tournament 3-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch to Martinez. It's off the plate for ball 2. I tell them to behave or I need to send them back to the hospital. Most of the time that works. Man, that's a lot. It's 5:14 p.m. Eastern Time. 2-1 is the count. 1 second left on the pitch clock, and there's a line drive, base hit out to right field. Martinez is going to get on with a RBI single. They're going to hold up Moncada over at third. The throw from right field was drawn to the plate, and it was a good throw. Moncada would have easily been out. And Santos scores, and the tying run is coming up to the plate. And it's now 5-2 Canada. Ariel Martinez goes the opposite way, slices a single out to right. And here comes the tying run. It's Alfredo Despain, who's 0 for 2. Here's Diaz with the first pitch in this at-bat, and it's on the outside edge at the knees for strike 1. Alfredo's hitless in 2 at-bats. He grounded out and also grounded into a 4-6-3 double play earlier in the game. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Got an off-speed pitch there. It swung him right out of his shoes. 7 career home runs in the World Baseball Classic. He has the most, even over Miguel Cabrera, who had 6 in his career for Team Venezuela. Despain has 7. The ball's 2 strikes. Moncada at third. Martinez at first. Got on with an RBI single. Despain in the box. 0-2 pitch and a cold strike 3. Diaz able to paint that inside corner, and there's out number 2. What a curve that was. Was not going to give him a fastball. Just laid down a beautiful curve. I mean, beautiful. Doesn't get any better than that. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. And it looks like that heading on out over towards the mound is going to be Ernie Witt. And he is going to pull his pitcher. And we'll step aside. So we'll get you a new pitcher and the name when we come on back. Don't go anywhere. All right, for Team Canada, their new pitcher that they will send out there to the hill is Adam Mako, who in rookie ball and in AAA last year, 23 games, 14 starts, and a 3-9 record. Yoel Yankee is going to be his opponent that he has to face here in the bottom of the 6th. He's the tying run. Yankee 0 for 2 in the World Baseball Classic. Mako comes set at the belt, and here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to bounce in the dirt. Nearly got away from the catcher, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Adam did have a 4.76 ERA last year and pitched an 81 in the third of an inning. He did strike out 91 batters, and he had 39 walks allowed and a 1.40 whip. 2 balls, no strikes. There's 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-0 pitch is down and away for ball 3. Mako's a guy that typically throws around fastballs that are in the mid-90s, and they say that his curveball is his out pitch. See what he throws here. 3 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. Speaking of outs, that pitch was not his out pitch. It was a fastball, but it was outside. And that is going to load the bases with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 5-2. Canada has the lead. Yiddy Cape is up to bat. Mako versus Cape. This will be lefty versus righty. Moncada at third, Martinez at second, and the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Let's make sure that we refresh this very, very quickly. And then the Yankee ended up getting on with a walk. He's over at first. First pitch was in there for a strike. The ball's in 1 strike to Cape. Huge at-bat here. Cuba has bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1 pitch, sliced foul towards the left side. Mako's trying to get out of a huge jam here. Cuba has made a lot of mistakes defensively in this game, but they have a chance to get back in this. Canada wants to shut the door here. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A golden opportunity for Cuba, and they're not able to take advantage. And we're going to go to the top of the 7th inning, 5-2 Canada. And Canada is going to get a chance to get some more insurance runs. With that, we'll step aside, and we'll be right back. All right, Nunez back out there on the hill, facing Abraham Toro to start off the top of the 7th. The pitch is down and in for a ball. Toro's 2 for 3 with a single and a solo home run. 6 for 13 he is in the Classic so far. 1-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Again, folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We cover a lot of games. We do. We've been doing this channel for about 3 years. We cover the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles, and we've been going on for the World Baseball Classic. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Toro. That's down and in for ball 2. Yohan Lopez and Luis Romero, 2 righties that are warming up in the pen for Team Cuba. Nunez, the lefty, comes set and fires. And the pitch is swung on and missed. That was at 93 miles per hour thrown by Nunez. Already has 11 pitches thrown. Otto Lopez has 2 hits for Canada. Bo Naylor has 1. Julian has 1. Toro has 2. The pitch on the way. There's a line drive that's caught by the shortstop. And Nunez, who hits it sharply, is retired. And there's 1 away. So the Team USA, is obviously going to be watching that Italy versus Mexico game tonight, which will take place at 7 o'clock. Pitch to Owen Casey. And it's down for a ball. Casey did deliver the first RBI of the game. It was a sac fly that he hit in the top of the 3rd. And the pitch that he takes is a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Casey also walked back in the 1st, and he struck out swinging in the 5th. 1-1 pitch to Owen, swing and a miss. Casey definitely showed a lot of potential last year. Showed pop in the bat, for sure, for the Chicago Cubs, and then he got hurt in September and was out for the playoffs. Now he's on the Marlins. 1-2. That is inside for ball 2. Which was honestly a really good pickup for them. They needed a power bat in their lineup. Would have been really nice if the Phillies got him. 2-2 pitch. It's low for ball 3. Nunez with 17 pitches. Not bad, chat. There we go. Now you can see that. Nunez is also the 3rd pitcher, by the way, for Team Cuba. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the next pitch to Owen Casey, and that's slapped foul. Moniello got the start today for Team Cuba. He went 3 2/3. He allowed 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and he struck out 4 batters. Didn't necessarily have a good day, but the fact that he didn't even allow a run was huge. 3-2 pitch, and there's a called strike 3. Owen Casey just threw his bat thinking that was ball 4. That was a strike, and it was. And Casey has to pick up the bat and walk back over to the dugout. That's the only walking that he'll be doing. There's out number 2. A little bit delayed on that. I apologize. 2 away in the top of the 7th, and it's Matt Davidson who will get a 4th crack at it. Takes the first pitch that he sees down for ball 1. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you on here in the chat. 1 ball, no strikes. Nunez comes set again, kicks, deals, and the pitch is low for ball 2. Canada has a 5-2 lead thanks to a sac fly by Owen Casey, a solo home run by Abraham Toro, an RBI single by Bo Naylor, and a 2-run single by Otto Lopez. Ariel Martinez did drive in the lone, or drove in the 2nd run, made it 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th. And then Yoelkis Giebert drove in the 1st. It was on an RBI ground out to 2nd. 3 balls, no strikes. The next pitch was taken for strike 1. The 3-1 offering. Swing and a miss. That was a cutter down the middle at 91 miles per hour. Nunez with 24 pitches so far. Davidson 0 for 3. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Davidson gets a piece of it and stays alive. Both Canada and Cuba playing for a spot in the quarterfinals. This is Pool A play. 3-2 pitch. That's up high and away for ball 4. And Davidson will walk his way over to first base with 2 outs. Umpire's going to ask for some more baseballs, and he's going to get his wish commanded. And Bo Naylor is going to step on back to the plate for his 4th time today. It's also the 2nd time that Davidson has gotten on. Naylor will foul off the first pitch that he sees. Andrew, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. No balls, 1 strike. If you're just tuning on in, hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button, folks. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. 0-1. That's low for ball 1. Game is out in San Juan. Canada, who by the way is 2-2, or who was 2-2 back in 2023, 2-1 so far. The pitch. This is flied out over towards left field. Martinez does drift back just a little bit, stops, waits for it, and makes the catch. And the inning is done. Gibbsboro will lead it off for Team Cuba as they go to the bottom of the 7th inning, down by 3 against Team Canada. Win, and you're in. Lose, then you snooze. And you are out of the tournament. Man. Oh, boy. These games, man, this grind has been so awesome. It's been really, really cool just being able to do these games. And just for all your love and all your support. I know I say thank you guys a lot. And I really do mean this. Like, your support has been great. It really has. I learn something every day that I come on here. And, you know, I'm the type of person that I know that I'm not going to please everybody. You never are. But the fact that we've been able to please 8,427 people is incredible. Really. And I thank every one of you. Just got to keep going, man. It's not easy. And, you know, I, again, have really cool content plans that are coming up for baseball season. I know I've been saying it for about a couple of weeks, but it really is the truth, and I can't wait to see what your reactions are to them. I'm very excited about what's to come this year. It's a huge year for the channel, and we're only going to keep going up. And we just want to continue to grow the community and make more Philly freaks, make more baseball freaks, and continue to just expand the family that we've built. It's not really a community. That's the wild thing about it. So, I like these types of crowds. I like it when there's people, you know, like you have like the people that are coming on, you have the people that are talking, and like all that stuff is cool. But the quiet ones are pretty nice too, you know. 5-2 Canada as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. James Paxton is going to pitch. The first pitch to Gibbsboro, he tried to do a drag bunt, and that did not work out. Tried to take it back as the pitch was outside, but he went around, said Trip Gibson. Paxton with the Dodgers and the Red Sox, 9-3 record last year and a 4.40 ERA in 21 outings of work. 0-1 is the count. The pitch, that's low and away for a ball. I remember when James Paxton was just called on up by the Seattle Mariners. Feels like it happened yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Paxton is now 37 years old. Now, I didn't know this, but his nickname is the Big Maple. I did not know that. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gibbsboro in the batter's box will slap the next pitch foul. That was at 94 miles per hour. He is from British Columbia, Canada. He'll be 38 in November. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lucas Gilbert, or Gibbert that is, did have an RBI ground out in the 5th. 3-2 on the way. Strike 3 called on the outside edge. Got rung up on the fastball. It worked. And Andres Perez is now up next. So the game itself is being played out in San Juan. The pitch, and Hernandez comes on up. He will be pinch hitting for Andres Perez. It's Omar Hernandez. First pitch was taken for a strike. 0-1 is the count to the right-handed hitter. The 0-1 is low for ball 1. Omar Hernandez at a 225 in high A and in double A with 23 RBI. Chad, if you could help me figure out which team he was on last year, I would really appreciate that. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch is inside for ball 2. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-1 pitch, that is low and inside for ball 3. I just couldn't find it before. I don't know why. 3-1 is the count. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 3-1 pitch, that's inside for ball 4. Paxton walks Hernandez here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And he will be on over at first base. Somebody, what's that, it's got a whole collection of beers over there. It's got to be like 24 bottles. Split between 3 or 4 guys. That's weird. Santos comes on up into the box, and he looks at strike 1. They're going to show it again? Because that was a lot of beer. Wonder how expensive they are at that ballpark. The ball is 1 strike. The pitch from Paxton. That is low and away for a ball. Never tried those Fransky LA beers. That's the one thing that I forgot to do when I went to the park a couple of years ago. I think that they had them then. 1-1 pitch. There's a grounder hit over to the shortstop, and here's the throw over to first base, and Davidson drops the ball, and he has to barehand it. Hernandez is going over to third. The throw over to third is cut off by the shortstop, and that is going to put runners at the corners. Oh, boy. So Otto Lopez, as he got the glove down, threw it over to first base. Not necessarily the best throw by him. He got it right on into the glove and just threw it right over to first, and Davidson just tried to pick it up on the bounce on a backhand, and he did a little split there. Just could not hang on to the ball. Could have been a better throw, though. We'll see how they call it. And now we have the tying run coming on up to the plate. So Canada makes a costly mistake there. Erisbel Arubarena is up to bat. Remember in the last game when Cuba had a rally going, he struck out on a batter's violation because he didn't step back into the box in time. Arubarena is in the box, and here's the pitch to Arubarena. Foul ball over towards the right side. 15 pitches for James Paxton. Cuba has another opportunity to score here. They've had plenty today. Talk a little bit more about that in just a few seconds. No balls, one strike. And Arubarena takes the next pitch. And the count is 1-1. It's a huge pinch hit situation for Erisbel Arubarena. 6 feet 1 inch tall, 230 pounds, right-handed hitter. Here's the 1-1. That's a foul ball. The Discord link doesn't work? Try the link tree. Try the link tree. I'll have to update that. I'll have to update that tonight or tomorrow. Try my link tree link. It should be on there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th. 1 away. The next pitch to Erisbel Arubarena is low for ball 2. And that makes the count now 2-2. Paxton in a jam. Runners at the corners. Cuba today has left 4 men on base, and they're 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch, here it comes. Swing and a miss, and that's a huge strikeout for Paxton. Erisbel Arubarena just was very late on the fastball, and it ended up hitting the top tier of the zone. And he is down swinging on strikes. And now it's Yohan Moncada who's up to bat. He's hitting on the right side. And the pitch that's thrown to him is in the strike zone for strike 1. 0-1 is the count to Yohan Moncada. Big opportunity for him here. He got on with a hit his last time up. 0-1, swing and a miss, and he stayed in the game because he tripped when he went on over to second base, and he stayed on in. Couldn't find out what the injury was. 0-2 on the way. Oh, fastball, swing and a miss. Another 96-mile-per-hour heater, and the inning is over. Cuba with another golden opportunity, but Canada able to just get out of the inning. James Paxton got himself out of the jam. And he did so with back-to-back strikeouts. And we're going to head to the 8th. 5-2 Canada. That is the score. JJ, I got peppermint or green tea. Which one do you like? I like green tea. I'll take green tea any day. Paul Skeens is in my chat. What's going on, Paul? Hopefully Italy wins for you tonight. Or that Mexico wins by 5. Good to see you on here, though, Paul. How did it feel to pitch a gem the other day? Denzel Clark is up to bat. Or actually will be coming up to bat, I should say, as we go to the top of the 8th. You want lemon or honey? I've never had lemon in my tea, but honey, I do love honey. But I try lemon. I would do both. Erisbel Arubarena is going to be the new shortstop for Cuba. as he steps in for Alexander Vargas. Let's go. Whew. 72, excuse me, I can't do math correctly. 72 more subscribers until we get to the 8,500 marker, folks. And again, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We've been on for 3 years, and we've been having a fun time, not only calling games, but of course, interacting with the lovely chat on here, and making an awesome family of people. And just do a lot of sports content. It's great. It's a lot of fun. This is our 14th World Baseball Classic baseball game that we've done, which has been really cool. We've been doing still some Philly spring training games. Haven't done the Sixers in a couple of weeks since the WBC started, but once this is over, we'll be back doing more Sixers games, and we'll be doing some NCAA games as well. The ball is one strike. Denzel Clark is in the box in the pitch. He hits a chopper over towards the shortstop, and Arubarena fields it, throws it over to first, and Clark thinks he beat it out. He's ruled out at first base, and they might give this a look. Arubarena did throw it over to first. Clark is staying put there, which means that Canada is going to challenge the call. He's safe. Oh, he's safe. He got his left cleat on the bag before it was caught. Just before it was caught by Yoel Yaki. He did. This should be quick. Is USA still in it if Italy wins today? Okay, so here's the scenario for that game. I'm really happy that you brought it up, Lewis. Okay, so the scenario for that game, and again, we're going to be covering that. Italy, if Italy wins, then USA's in. Okay, if Mexico does win, then Mexico has to win by 5 or more runs if USA gets in. Mexico only gets in and if they win by 4 or less. So the call is going to be overturned, by the way, and Denzel Clark is safe over at first base. And so his wheels is what allows him to get on. Edward Julian comes up, and on the very first pitch, he grounds one over towards the right side. Second baseman has it, throws it over to second for one, and the throw on over to first is in time for a 4-6-3 double play. And so there's 2 outs. 2 gone there. So 2 away in the top of the 8th. Otto Lopez is in the box. Right-handed hitter, and the pitch is taken for a called strike. The ball is 1 strike. Lopez versus Lopez. This is interesting. And the 0-1, and that is outside for a ball. Otto is 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a pair of RBI as well. The 1-1, swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 8th. And the pitch. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. And so the count is now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The next pitch, and that is a foul ball. So in Pool A, Puerto Rico is in. They're 3-1. And the winner of this game, Canada versus Cuba, whoever wins is also going to advance to the qualifiers as well here in Pool A. 2-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. Italy already does have a spot. They are 3-0. But they are playing Mexico today. And if Mexico wins by 4 runs or less, they're in. 2-2 pitch. That's outside for ball 3. Which means that if Mexico wins by 5 or more, then USA is in. Or if Mexico just loses, then USA is in. 3-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 4. And there's a 2-out walk to Otto Lopez. He's now over at first. In Pool C for Tokyo, Japan and Korea are in. And then for Pool D, Venezuela plays Dominican Republic tonight. And the winner of that game, that just decides who gets the 1 seed and who gets the 2. They're both 3-0. The pitch on the way. Line drive hit out over to left field, and nearly a sliding catch made by the left fielder. He dropped it. The run from first is going to score, and that'll make it 6-2 Canada. So Denzel Clark scores all the way from first base. The left fielder came running on in, and he just dropped the ball. That was Ariel Martinez. And another bad defensive play by Cuba makes it now a 6-2 game. Canada up by 4. Let's go. Just could not hang on to it. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the second baseman, and the tag to the bag is in time for out number 3. All right, we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cuba now down by 4. Otto Lopez comes through and makes it 6-2 on that RBI base hit that he just had. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Paxton is back out there on the mound for Team Canada. There's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. Ariel Martinez, 3 for 3 with 3 singles and an RBI in this game. On ball, no strikes, and here's the pitch. And that is in the zone for a called strike. On ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. That's down for ball 2. Can I have a link to BW's Discord? Well, you never answered my question, my friend. I asked you, how did it feel to pitch the other day? You got to answer my question first, then I'll give you the Discord link. 2-1. Ground ball hit over to third. Here's the throw on over to first. It's in time for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So does someone have to does someone throw a game to keep the U.S. out? I would hope not, but you never know. Never know. I mean, again, Mexico is trying to win, obviously, by 4 or less. They can't win by 5 or more. He says it felt good. That's it. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. I'll give it to you during the break, okay? The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch, that's a foul ball. He should, honestly, it should be just posted in his channel. 0-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. Orlando Despain strikes out, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. So, 2 gone there. Paxton on the hill for Team Canada. It's been electric so far in this game. Yeah, check on his channel. He should have it like in his description. Here's the pitch to Yankee. Yoel Yankee takes the first pitch that he sees outside. Oh, it's broken on his channel? Okay. All right. 1-0, and that's on the outside edge for a called strike. So the count is 1-1. "31 pitches for James Paxton. Here's the 1-1. That misses way outside for ball 2. Quantrill, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Diaz, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run allowed. 2-1 pitch. That's in the strike zone for strike 2. Hit the outside edge. Here's the 2-2 on the way. And there's another foul ball thrown at 95 miles per hour. Team Canada has never advanced out of the first round. This is their 6th tournament appearance. They relegated after the 2009 tournament. 2-2 pitch, and I believe he fouled it off. They had to get rid of the graphic, and he did. He fouled it. 35 pitches for James Paxton, and the 2-2 on the way. Grounder hit over towards the first base side. First baseman has it on a bounce, and will just tag the bag for out number 3. We're going to go to the 9th inning. It is 6-2 Canada. They're up by 4. All right, let's check this BW thing. Let's go to Discord real quick. Let's get BW's link. Where is it? Again, folks, the name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Appreciate you all for being on here. Let us know what got you into baseball and when your baseball fandom started. I love chatting it up with you guys, obviously, as we call the game. It's really cool. There's other people that are on the platform that are awesome, too, that you should definitely check out. BW is one of them. Also, Mario from Football Nation's really good. I mean, there's so many. Philly Tick with RB, that's my guy. I mean, I can name a whole bunch of them. I really could. But you should definitely go check out other people that do this because they are awesome. All right, BW's channel. Let's find BW's channel. If you actually, there it is. Okay. Let's see. How do I do this? Invite, copy link, post it on the YouTube chat. We got 37 people rocking with us. Thank you so much for being on here. Okay. Here's BW's link. See if this works. All right. We got 43 people watching. That means that 12 of you have not hit the thumbs up button. I would appreciate it if you guys did. Definitely spreads more people. It spreads the algorithm a little bit more. And it's great. It's really cool. We got another game not too long after this as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Canada's up by 4 runs. And if they hang on, they're in and advance to the qualifiers, the quarterfinals. Big difference. So how do we get here, JJ? Very good question. Casey actually hit a sacrifice fly for Team Canada in the top of the 3rd to make it 1-0. Abraham Toro had a solo home run to make it 2-0 in the top of the 5th. Martinez is on the mound for Team Cuba, by the way. 6-2 Canada. Up to bat is Abraham Toro, speaking of the devil, and he looks at a pitch that's in there for a strike. So Owen Casey had a sac fly in the top of the 3rd for Canada. Abraham Toro hit a solo home run out to right field as the 1-1 to Toro is outside. And then Gibbert for Cuba got them on the board with an RBI ground out to make it 2-1. Toro, next pitch, pops up out over towards shallow left field. And that's just going to drop in there. And that is going to be a bloop double. So Cuba's defense just continues to be problematic. Martinez and Arrubarena could not get on the same page. They were right there, and nobody called anybody off. So the ball just landed. It plopped onto the ground, and then it sort of skipped past Arrubarena, and he had to go get the ball. So that puts a runner over at second. Owen Casey is up to bat, and he takes up high for a ball. So again, Casey had the sac fly for Canada. Bo Naylor had an RBI double. Otto Lopez had himself a 2-run single. Abraham Toro had a solo homer, and Josh Naylor had an RBI single. All for Canada, excuse me. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch is in there for strike 1. Cuba had 2 RBI. One was from Gibbert on an RBI ground out. The other one was by Martinez on an RBI single. 1-1 pitch. It's a foul ball. So it's 6-2 Canada in the top of the 9th inning. And Owen Casey is up to bat. At second base, it's Abraham Toro. They ruled that, by the way, as a bloop double. Not an error. 1-2 pitch. That's lined foul and out of play. Cal Quantrill got the start for Team Canada today. Went 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and he struck out 5 batters on 67 pitches. Rest of the guys have just gone 3 1/3 of an inning, have allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and have struck out 6. Here's the pitch to Casey. Ground ball, base hit out to right field. And Toro's rounding third. He's being waved home. And Owen Casey gets his second RBI of the game. It's an RBI single, and that'll make it 7-2 Canada. And there's still nobody out. Got it right through the 4-3 hole. All right, it's a 5-run lead. Matt Davidson is up. There's a 97-mile-per-hour pitch that catches the inside edge for strike one. Don't forget, after the game, we'll be covering the Italy-Mexico game, and that'll be at 7 o'clock. 0-1, grounded over towards the shortstop, Arubarena. The throw, the second, there's one. The throw to first, there's two. Casey out at second, Davidson out at first. And 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning on the 6-4-3 double play. Owen Casey has the most RBI in Canada's history for the World Baseball Classic. He has 9, just past Abraham Toro, who has 8, and Michael Saunders, by the way, who had 7. I remember Michael Saunders. He was a Philly. Martinez has a pitch comm issue, and Tripp Gibson and also Hernandez are going to head on over to talk to him. Okay. 5-run lead for Canada in the top of the 9th. Winner of this game moves on to the qualifiers, to the quarterfinals. Gosh. Crazy. Nobody's perfect. And then Italy plays Mexico tonight at 7 o'clock. And in order for Team USA to win, or in order for Team USA to get into the quarterfinals, Italy either A, has to win or lose by 5 in order for USA to get in. Pitch. It's taken for a ball to Bo Naylor. No games tomorrow. The quarters start on Friday. Who would have thought? Bo Naylor's in the box. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike to him. There's 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. 2 outs, and the pitch to Bo. Grounder, hit over towards the second baseman, played on 2 bounces. The throw over to first will be in time. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Canada is 3 outs away from going to the quarterfinals. And we'll see what they're able to do. Okay. All right, hit that thumbs up button, people. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you all for being on here again. The name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play by Play with JJ. Let's go. All right. One more step off, all right? We'll be right back for the bottom of the 9th. All right, here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. All right, first pitch that's thrown from Paxton, swing and a miss, and Nunez is up to bat. Malcolm Nunez in 2025 in the minors had 2 homers and 24 RBI. Next pitch, she fouls back towards the screen. Paxton not wasting any time. Kicks, fires, and the 0-2 is down for a ball. So we will have a redirect over to the Italy-Mexico game, and that game will be at 7 o'clock. 1-2 pitch. It's low for ball 2. First pitch, I believe, is at 7:08 p.m. Eastern Time. But definitely check us out for that. Canada 3 outs away from moving on to the quarterfinals. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Paxton versus Nunez. Paxton kicks, deals, and it's up high for a ball. Pitching splits by role. In 2023, they had a 13.5 ERA, Team Canada. This year, they have a 2.79 ERA. Here's the next pitch on the way. Here it comes. And the pitch, here it is. And that is taken for strike 3 right down the hatch. And there's out number 1. Excuse me. Sorry for stumbling on that. But there's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Beautiful pitch. Got a fastball right there. And did not want to go after it. Gibbsboro is now up at the plate. And he looks at the pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Paxton gets set at the letters, kicks, deals, and the 0-1 is a slider that catches the outside edge for strike 2 to Gibbsboro. Gibbsboro had the RBI ground out earlier in the game. The balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Paxton trying to shut the door. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There's back-to-back strikeouts for Paxton. And Canada is 1 out away from moving on. That slider just took a dive out of the zone. It sailed away. It's all up to Hernandez, Omar Hernandez, and the first pitch that he has is a fastball that's fouled back towards the screen. No balls, 1 strike, 46 pitches for James Paxton. And here's the 0-1, and that's fouled off. And Cuba is down to its final strike of the World Baseball Classic. No balls, 2 strikes. Paxton gets the signs, kicks, fires, and another foul ball. And Hernandez stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch, another foul ball. Hernandez has had a couple of good cuts. And we have a timeout taken as Ernie Witt is going to go out there during the middle of this at-bat. Ernie Witt is going out there, and he is going to make a move. He's making a move right now as Cuba is down to its final strike. That is unbelievable. I don't even know who he's going to bring in. They didn't show anybody warming up in the bullpen, but he just made a move, and they just cut to commercial. So Canada is 1 strike away from moving on to the World Baseball Classic quarterfinals. My link didn't work. Everybody's Discord links aren't working. I'll give you my link. 1 sec. Copy link. Here's my link. I gotta update that. My bad. That is unbelievable. They just took Paxton out. And by the way, whatever the verdict is on who comes on in, that out is recorded to Paxton. The batter is still technically Paxton's responsibility. That is unreal. Paxton 2 2/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Sarantola. That is unbelievable. I've never seen anything quite like it. Okay, so on to pitch is Eric Sarantola. And he just needs 1 strike. Just needs 1 strike to win this game. Eric Sarantola from Omaha, trying to get Canada a ticket to the quarterfinals. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, here it comes. It's popped up, out over towards shallow left field. Owen Casey says he has it. He does. He'll make the catch. And Canada's moving on. They are quarterfinals bound. And Cuba's season is done. Their first time advancing past pool play comes on March 11th, 2026. And by the way, I misspoke. Sarantola gets credited for the final out there. So that technically was not Paxton's responsibility. 7-2 is the final score. Canada finishes pool play with a 3-1 record. Cuba does lose. They finished their season 2-2. They're very disappointed. You can see tears going down a couple of players' face. But I got to tell you, Canada today, the main storyline, in my opinion, from today, is that Cuba made so many defensive mistakes. They were unprepared. Canada took advantage of the opportunities that Cuba gave Canada, and they were able to take full advantage. Abraham Toro had a very good swing. Cal Quantrill pitched great, and so did James Paxton. They were both incredible today. Cal ended up going 5 innings. He allowed 2 hits, no walks, no runs, and he struck out 5. Cuba had plenty of chances. And honestly, Canada had a lot of opportunities too. If we just take a look really quickly at runners in scoring position for both teams, I mean, my goodness. You saw a lot of runners left on base for Canada. They had 9 left on base. And also, Cuba, they left 6 men on base. They were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Canada was 3 for 12. And really, that was the difference. Moniello, I know that he went 3 2/3 of an inning, and he didn't give up any runs, but this was not his best performance at all. He had 3 pitch clock violations, and there was just lack of discipline. Errors in the field. You also had fielder's interference. You had a catcher's interference as well. So Cuba really just shot themselves in the foot, and Canada took that as momentum. And they got the W, and that's why they're moving on to the quarterfinals. All right, so we're going to take a step off. We'll be back. We'll be starting the stream at 6:50. All right, for the next game, it'll be Mexico taking on Italy, and we'll be watching. We'll be calling the game, and then whenever that game is done, we'll finish off doing the rest of Dominican Republic versus Venezuela. All right, love you guys very, very much. Lila Tove, Have yourselves a great rest of your night, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.